Let's have a look at the Photoshop stuff.
Okay.
Just talk me through the image that have you just picked a random image, or is this one from actual work?
This is one from actual work.
Okay, so what is it?
Talk us through. In the end, I don't think.
What was it for?
So I can show you. So originally here we was going to have this image as a parallax.
Yeah.
So like that, and we were going to use the green with the image.
Yeah.
It didn't work too well afterwards, but this is what the image.
Is that the original image, or have you made it green?
The original image is actually.
Right. Okay.
That.
Yeah. So how did you make it green? Talk me through those layers.
So first thing I did was I created a so I added a gradient fill. There we go. Gradient map, right?
Yep.
And
change it to the colour that you needed.
yeah, basically. So we have one darker, one lighter.
What's the difference between a gradient map to a normal gradient?
So a gradient map will go to the colours, so the darker colours go, well, you can change it, so you can have on one side the darker colours, which will be here, and you can change that to be either lighter or not. So the shadows, the darker areas.
Oh right, okay. Excellent.
Whereas a normal gradient will just
just overlay it really.
Overlay it, yeah.
All right. Okay. Excellent. So talk me. Go on. Reconstruct the image how it was. Yeah. So this kind of bit is about sort of importing the image and exporting. So when you're importing the image, what would be the processes that you would go through? Where would you get the image from? How would you save it as part of the project, and then how would you bring it in?
So this image, we have a server which contains all of our work on the piece. So I connect to the server. And to the studio. And just go through here, and then we've got the original content. So this is all the content that they had sent over to us. Here I have.
See ya. Bye.
We have different images.
So where are these images from? Are they from the client?
Yeah,
or?
these are from the client.
Okay.
These images are. And just trying to find the one that I used.
Yeah, thanks, matey. Look forward to seeing over this. Yeah, definitely.
But what I can do then is just drag it in to here.
So this is for the web, isn't it? What are the dimensions generally for sort of pictures that are going to go onto the web and that kind of thing? What do you need to? I know it
changes for each site. But as a rule of thumb, what we usually do is we have. So say if I wanted to create a header image here, what I'll do is, because it changes for each site, I'll inspect. Just so I've got the sizes here, so I know it's 1920 by 650.
Okay.
So then I'll create a new document.
Create an image on there. Yeah, no, that's good. So how about when exporting? So if there's something called image color profiles. Can you talk me through why that's important as part of your exporting?
Yeah. So that's CMYK and RGB.
It is, yeah.
So for web, you want to use RGB. That's just because that's how the screens display colour, rather than how it's displayed on paper. So you'd use CMYK for imprint, so it gives it a more vibrant colour and
Yeah, it's
more
also what the
detail.
printers use on
Yeah.
the inkjet printers. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So when you do export, we were talking a little bit about compatibility, weren't we? So say you were sending a draft of the images, just images, not necessarily the website, to a client. What sort of image formats would you use, and why?
So if I was saving to send, say via email, the image would have to be relatively small. So I'd probably just save it as a JPEG, and then just drop down the quality until it's a size that is acceptable to send.
Yeah, why JPEG?
JPEG because it can be viewed on any device.
How about if you got something from a graphic designer? How would you expect it then?
PDF.
From PDF from a graphic designer.
PDF.
Okay, why? Why do they send things as PDFs?
Because they are scalable, but also you can't get all of the internal stuff, so you can manipulate them all.
Yeah, okay. Graphic designers are very, very careful of that. Okay, last thing is about inputting metadata onto an image. How do you do that through Photoshop, and why is it important?
So you can select the metadata here when you're saving.
Yeah, okay.
It's just got the copyright, and you can change that. I remember.
File. Info.
That's what I want to be.
Or the edit info.
Oh, it's gone.
Go back on file. It's there. The bottom. No.
File effect,
Yeah.
there it is, yeah. There, and then you can.
Yeah, I did.
So
Why is it important to do that for? I mean, it's not so much important to do it in Photoshop anymore, is it?
no, because when we upload, so if I
You just talk through it. Right?
yeah, so if I go onto the website and then go into the media library, we can add metadata to it here. So
yeah, absolutely. A final, where on the website? I mean, there is where it's all stored on the media thing, but where do you store it to kind of all the media and images and things like that to make sure things don't get lost?
yeah, so we have a development server.
Yeah.
Which is a list of all the different sites that we use, and we can drill into these to get the template files and stuff, and the images that we use there. And we also have a SQL database set up for the development server, which we connect to. And this holds a database of sites that we use. So that's one
Sites that you use, or do you mean
so
sites
that we've developed?
And what's an SQL database? What is it, and why is it important in web design?
SQL database is basically the structure. So with WordPress, when you generate a WordPress site, it creates the structure of the WordPress site and builds everything. So WP Posts is all the posts and pages that are created, and it just stores it.
And the images are stored there, aren't
And the images, yeah.
they? Yeah. Okay.